Hi guys, welcome back to Indigo Child Tarot. I'm really excited for today's Halloween season read. It's all about a love or romance that you may have had in a past life. This is obviously, for entertainment. It's just if you're interested in things like that and seeing, what my tarot cards and oracle cards and charms have to say about it. It could also be interesting if any of it resonates to, your current relationships or anything like that. The choices today are little pieces from a Haunted Mansion diorama that I have. I have a little diorama of the bride room from Disney's Haunted Mansion. And so I just thought that would be fitting for today's read. It is evening, it's nighttime. The lighting is a little bit different, but I hope it works. I will be sipping a little bit of sparkling wine. I'm trying to just have a more relaxed reading today. And so I'll introduce you to the pieces. So group 1, you're this portrait of the couple. Group 2, you have this little tea set and a little pile of books. So you're kind of like the little table setup. And then group 3, you have the globe. So take a moment, decide which pieces you are, if you're group 1, group 2, or group 3. And we'll do some tarot cards, some oracle cards, and some charms. The timestamps will be below, and I'll see you in a minute. Hi, group 1. So if you chose the portrait of the couple, then this is your past life love read. Okay, I'm really excited to get started. I'm using another kind of Halloween-themed deck today. So we're gonna grab some tarot and see what they have to say about a past life love for you, group 1. Okay, the 7 of Rods. Let's see, the 4 of Cups. The Devil. Interesting. So the 7 of Wands is all about bravery and valor and fighting for a cause. So this could be a love that, in your past life you really fought for. But with the 4 of Cups, something was being ignored with this love. And that could have been this devil portion, right? I think you fought really hard for this love, or there was a certain amount of valor to it, a certain amount of bravery to this romance, but I think you ignored that there was this devil side. There was almost an addiction to this person, and you kind of ignored that. Now we're gonna get some other energies. I'm gonna grab one of these oracles. Ancestors. Oh, interesting. It's especially interesting to get in a past life read. Okay. I'm gonna grab one of these as well. Unnecessary fear. Okay, I'm starting to get with ancestors and unnecessary fear and this devil card a little bit of a cool a romance for the ages. Now with ancestors, I think in this case, because we're talking about a past life, this is just talking about family. So I think that this devil card was your families. So I'm thinking a little bit of Romeo and Juliet here. I'm thinking that this took a lot of bravery, this romance, because you guys had to fight against this ignorance from your families. There was something, this unnecessary fear of each other from your families, like a fear of being different. In the past, it could be anything, depending on when this past life occurred, that, just being from different families, being from different religious backgrounds, all of those types of things that in the past your family could have said absolutely not, and had this unnecessary fear about someone else, right? The other. I'm going to grab some animal energy and see what kind of spirit energy there was. Cat spirit, claim your independence, yeah. So I think this was kind of a rebellion type romance you had, group 1, for your great past life love. I think it was just really rebellious. It was going against your families. Brown bear spirit, take time out. Okay. Now I am going to grab the romance angels and see what they have to say about this relationship that we already know all about. You deserve love. Religious factors. That's kind of what I was thinking. So I think you deserve love is a message for you right now, group 1. I think this is almost just a little your past life coming back to tell you that you deserve love in this life. It says at the bottom of that card, you are lovable. So that, I think that's just a reminder from your past life. And so religious factors, I kind of think that religion was the thing that kind of drove your families to fear each other, that made this almost a forbidden relationship. Now, with take time out, I kind of think that this was a really intense relationship, and that it was just too much, and I think eventually kind of the forbidden nature of it, it can be addicting to do something that is frowned upon by your family. It can be addicting to do something like that. And I think maybe that take time out was kind of how the relationship ended, was you realizing that you were in it too deep and that you needed to step away. But I think that for your past life, you really claimed that independence. So I'm guessing with you, group 1, you might kind of be the type of person who tends to lean towards kind of rebellious relationships maybe that your parents don't approve of or that your friends don't approve of. You could be very attracted to people who are extremely different from you, which is wonderful. You might be someone who, just with this religious factors card, is really sensitive to religious constrictions. You might be someone who's very free-spirited or very spiritual perhaps, and not really adhere to a specific religion. And you're probably just a fiercely independent person, I'm guessing. Very brave, I think, as well. So we are going to see what your charms have to add. This is a very cool story that the cards told for you. Love that. And just a reminder once again that you deserve love. You absolutely do. And if you feel a little like in this life, like you have a little fear about love or something like that, it's always just a good reminder that could be, if you're someone who believes in past lives. And I do, I think. I always go back and forth, but it could be an experience you had, in a past life. So let's see what the charms have to say for group 1, past life. Very cool. Okay, so in your focus palm, you have the snow globe, which is all about living in your own little world. And that would make sense, right? If this was a forbidden relationship, then probably most of the relationship was spent just the two of you in your own little bubble, kind of living in a fantasy world, right? You have the fairy. It was very inspirational for this past life version of you. Okay, it was a very quick relationship. I was a little curious about that. It probably didn't last very long. To take time out. I think it was just really intense and really quick, but kind of that relationship that always stays with you. It almost reminds me of like a Titanic relationship in that way, that, that relationship only lasted, like 3 days in the movie Titanic, but, it was a forever lasting romance. You have the horse. So yeah, it was a very brave forging ahead. And yeah, it had a time limit on it though. You only were together a short period of time. Okay. I like that we got the cat again because you got the cat spirit. So I'm just going to read that in that same way. I think that even though the relationship ended, you were forever kind of dedicated to this person. Once again, kind of Titanic vibes there. Like even if you had other relationships in your past life, you were still always kind of mentally dedicated to that person. The mask, yeah, you kind of had to hide this relationship, kind of mask it, pretend that it didn't happen. This is all about determination. And that makes sense with that 7 of Wands. I think that even though you guys were going against everything, you fought for your love with bravery and with valor. The bat is all about something that seems scary, but when you get close up to it, it's really not. And I think that might have been this relationship for you. It's very cool. I have shivers. I really like kind of getting into this past energy. And of course, very interesting, you have the vintage pocket watch and it's open. So I think that, this is just a really strong kind of past life energy. I think that this is almost signaling that this kind of past life energy is open for you to explore if you want to. Maybe especially around the holiday season, if you kind of Halloween season, if you want to kind of explore this on your own. The moon here can mean kind of leaning into your more mystic energy. The shell can be about self-care. Wow, so yeah, group 1, this is I love that you guys chose the portrait. I think that's very cool. This is a very, romance for the ages type thing. I think that, like I said, a big reminder to you from your past life is you deserve love. You're lovable. And just to remember that, you're someone who's probably extremely independent, and that's wonderful. You probably are open to relationships that a lot of people don't approve of or don't enjoy. And, you're just someone who follows your heart no matter what. And I think you're probably extremely romantic. You might really get reliant on relationships and really dive deep. And this could just be a message, sometimes to kind of take time out to pull, to get a breath, when you're in the middle of a romance like that. Wow, so I really love that for you, group 1. I think that's really cool energy, and I hope that this resonated for some of you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hi, group 2. So if you chose the little tea set in the pile of books, then this is your past life love reading. I really loved group 1's read. I love tapping into like past life energy. I think I'm going to do a lot more of these. It just, I love it. So I hope that you guys really enjoy this. And we're going to start with some tarot. Let's see, group 2. Group 2. The 9 of Rods. So that'd be the 9 of Wands. Okay, determination. The High Priestess. Ooh, very cool. And the Queen of Cups. This is nice. This was a relationship. Oh, I just got shivers all over my body. I love the amount of goosebumps I've been getting from these reads, but this was a relationship, group 2, that you intuitively knew that this person was your person. And with the High Priestess, you knew it, okay? And you knew that you wanted them so deeply that you could not fail, right? I think that you maybe saw this person on the street. I just have so many goosebumps. I love this. I think you just saw them and you just knew. And I don't know what era we're in. I don't know what century this is, but I just feel that you saw them and you just knew. And you, with the Nine of Wands, it's all about knowing something is so important to you that there's no way you can fail. I kind of mentioned a movie for the last group to kind of compare what I'm thinking of, and in this instance, I'm thinking a little bit like The Notebook of Noah, pursuing her in a more respectful manner, I think. But I just feel it's that energy, like you just know that you're right, that that's your person, that that's who you're supposed to be with. And with the Queen of Cups, I just think you were absolutely right. I mean, this relationship made both of you bloom. I think it was just a wonderful relationship. I don't see any negative energy at all from this. I'm gonna consult the romance angels right away because I'm curious. Flirt. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna grab one more. Group 2. Express your love. So this was a very expressive, flirty love. This was like these flowers in this Queen of Cups art. I just think this was like flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I think you guys were just this total romance relationship. I think the type of couple that kind of makes other people sick, you know what I mean, which I love. Always leaving each other little notes, buying each other little gifts, spoiling each other, telling each other how much you love each other. I just think it was this wonderful friend but flirt type relationship. I love it. I love the energy that I'm getting from this. Let's find out more. Group 2. Nature. That's interesting with the flower images I keep getting. I think maybe, flowers just seems to be a big part of this relationship. I don't know if flowers are specifically interesting to you or something like that. You guys got protection. I think you felt extremely safe in this relationship. I think that that High Priestess, that intuition that you immediately felt led you to just, have a lot of you knew it was right. You knew, you know what I mean? And I like that. Okay, group 2. I'm gonna grab one of these. Group 2. Past life love. Past life love. Group 2. Change. Mummy, change. Interesting. I think I kind of talked about that with the blooming, but I think it was one of those relationships where you both changed each other. With the Nine of Wands, it is possible that neither of you were very fun or, once again, this is what's fun about past life readings. I don't know what era this was or anything like that, but if it was long enough ago, then, probably people weren't that outgoing or that flirtatious really normally. And I think you both kind of changed each other. You kind of woke up this part of each other that you didn't really have until you met each other. So I love that. I'm going to get some animal spirit energy for you, group 2. Group 2. Nope. Group 2. There we go. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, I love. Okay. Butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. So this was a transformative love. of course, I already guess I knew that because I was asking the cards for, your most important past life love. But this was a love that, if you believe in past lives and the soul, I think it really changed your soul. I think that you really turned into the person that you are today, and you reached kind of your true nature. It was this vibrant, fun, bright love. I love this energy. And, just that intuition, I think you just knew right away that that was your soulmate. That was the person who you needed to be with. And you were obviously right. Okay, we're going to see what your charms have to say. All right, group 2. Group 2, past. Okay, so in the focus palm, all we have is the angelfish. It's all about things that are meant to be. So we already knew, this was a meant to be love. This was, this love was like blessed by the universe. So that's really lovely. And then you have the night owl charm. And in this read, I'm kind of thinking this could be a love that kind of sometimes visits you in your dreams, whether it's actually the soul of this person you were in a relationship with or just kind of memories of the love itself. Okay. So these were, lasting memories that you had with this person, in your past life. You do have the scissors. That's interesting. I'm kind of reading that as, maybe you I don't think you've found them in this life yet. And maybe you haven't found them in multiple lives, right? Maybe you've been cut from each other for quite a while. And I'm seeing that with the bent wand, that maybe that's a really important thing for this life for you. Once again, I'm talking about multiple lives, past lives, reincarnation, things like that. I think it's a really interesting concept. And so for this read, I will be talking a lot about things like that. With the Christmas tree, I think maybe with this love, holidays were really important to the two of you. You had abundance when you were together, a lot of abundance, and with never give up. So you're going to find them again. You're going to find a soulmate, and your soulmate for sure. And you have the sea glass. So like I said, I think you really shaped each other. I think you had a huge role in each other's lives. It's very twin flames energy here, if you know about twin flames. With the kiwi, if you do meet them soon or anytime soon, they might be a lot different on the outside than they are on the inside. They might be a little bit of a surprise. And then we have Capricorn. They could be a Capricorn, you could be a Capricorn. They could be extremely ambitious or something like that. So wow, what a magical love you had in a past life, group 2. I mean, this is just lovely, lovely energy. I think as for lessons you might have learned from this past life love, I think it really made you feel really complete. I wouldn't be surprised if group 2, you have really, really healthy relationships. I wouldn't be surprised if you have really high expectations. If you're a really flirtatious person, if you love showing your love with physical gifts and things like that. I just love the energy from your read. And I hope that this resonated with some of you. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Hi, group 3. So if you chose the globe, then this is your past life love read. I'm loving everything I'm getting. And this has been a really, really fun read. I think I want to do more past life reads because I just love it. And I love kind of, channeling what time period these might have existed in and stuff like that. I have noticed in the past 2 reads, I'm talking a lot about, obviously, this is a past life reading. So I talk about a lot about past lives and reincarnation and things like that. And so just so you know, that'll be a concept that comes up. And if you're someone who doesn't believe in stuff like that, then you can just watch, for entertainment and fun. No worries at all. So group 3, past life love. The Lovers. Okay. All right. Okay. The 3 of Cups. Very nice. Okay, wow. Wow. And the 7 of Blades. All right, so right away, this is a passionate love. A really, really passionate romance. And I think you guys eloped with the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. I think this was a love, you found each other. And I think I'm going to ask, obviously, more questions. I'm actually going to get an animal energy right away, an animal spirit. Group 3. Watch and wait. Group 3. A little more. Okay. Fox spirit, think on your feet. Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense to me with what I'm thinking. I'm gonna grab one of these. The fox, I also always think about cleverness, expression. Very cool. Okay. Grab a Halloween oracle. Group 3. Group 3. Past life love. Black cat. Fortune meets opportunity. Ooh, I love everything that's going on here. So, like I said, with the fox energy, I think of kind of being clever and figuring things out. And I think for whatever reason, you had to kind of just go have a life with each other and kind of abandon everything else you had. Whether one of you was married at this time or maybe, there was a family issue, whether this romance happened at a time where one of you is supposed to marry for money or something like that. I kind of just get this energy like you fell madly and passionately in love and you just escaped. You escaped everything and you kind of got away with it and you went, and I think you just started a new life. And I think the watch and wait energy is almost like that, kind of like maybe leaving your family or leaving the life you had, and kind of, oh my gosh, I just said kind of like 40 times in a row. That energy of saying to someone, watch and wait, like see what I can achieve, on my own. And I think that this love allowed you to have this expression, and fortune meets opportunity. I think that maybe together you were really successful. Like you ended up being a power couple. I think you ended up making a lot of money, maybe even starting a company or something like that. I'm going to see what Romance Angels has to say about this great love. Let's see. 3. Oop. Honeymoon. Okay, yeah. Enjoy the bliss of a holiday time together. So I just think, that's energy about escaping, right? That's energy about getting away. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So with the Lovers, I think, we already knew that. And I think this really was your true love. And you knew that at the time in this past life. And you knew you weren't willing to give it up just because of people's judgments or what was expected of you. And I think you just knew that you had to go be together, even though that you had to go away and kind of leave the lives that you had. I think this is really great energy, group 3. From what I'm seeing, ways that it could maybe be noticed in your current life. You might be someone who is sometimes a little bit secretive about their relationships. You might be someone who doesn't immediately tell their friends and families that you're in a relationship because you kind of like getting to know the person and finding solid ground before you invite other people and their potential judgments in. You might be someone who's kind of drawn to relationships where you can not only be passionately in love, but also, work together and have a working relationship and a power couple like relationship. You obviously have to be extremely expressive in your relationships. I think, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys watching this, you're not willing to ever not be yourself or be with someone who you feel like you can't be 100% honest with. So that's all very cool. Let's see what the charms have to add, group 3, to this very dramatic true love we have going on. Let's see. Group 3, true love. Group 3, past life. Okay. So the only thing in the focus palm is the vampire teeth. And that would mean that this is like a lasting love, like a love that never dies, right? Like a vampire, living forever. So that's very interesting. I think that this, being, as it said, your true love, I think that this is a love that, you'll have in all of your lives. And I think maybe with the vampire, because it's long lasting, maybe you've found them in every single one of your lives, which is really cool. A lot of people don't have that. Okay, let's see. Wow, we have a lot of charms going on here. I'm thinking where I want to start. So this makes sense with the independence and the working together, taking off big projects together. We have Capricorn energy. One or both of you, or could be a Capricorn. We also have Taurus energy. Hardworking, really grounded. Yeah, with Capricorn especially, very ambitious. The lizard energy, that fits with the longevity, the survival over all this time. This is the fated romance charm, so we already knew that. Passion, we definitely already knew that. There's a W and a Z, so that could just be a hint about something. This is the family love, so it's kind of, you guys might have often had families together. That would make sense with the family tree as well. Yeah, a lot of children. Yeah, you guys were very powerful when you were together. You were really able to accomplish a lot. And the cactus with the blooms means that, you guys had a love that was able to thrive in whatever environment it was in. The type of couple who could have a wonderful, beautiful life together in a tiny, 300 square feet apartment. The type of couple who could live a wonderful life together on the road or something like that. I think your love was just able to thrive in whatever environment you were placed in. So group 3, like I said, for effects that this might have on your current life, I think, you're probably someone who really needs a lot of passion in a relationship. You definitely need to be very physically attracted to people. I think you like to have a really ambitious relationship where you are a power couple and kind of get a lot of work done. I think you like someone who pushes you to be even better. I also think, yeah, I think you've had this soulmate in every life that you've had. And so I think that's really, really nice, group 3. And I hope that some of you resonated with this. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.